So today is Are You OK Day, and it's amazing to see so many organisations around Australia celebrating Are You OK Day and making visible, getting people out there, having these conversations. Really, it's incredible, it's fantastic. However, there's still a stigma around mental illness, and I think there's still some misunderstandings around mental illness. Now I want to talk about two of those. The first is that just because I have a mental illness, maybe I'm suffering from depression or anxiety, doesn't mean I'm sick. It also doesn't mean I can't do my job. It doesn't mean that I can't be a good partner, a good parent, a good father, or a good mother. And it's about, we have to believe that it's possible to have a mental illness and be on, even on medication, but be absolutely fine. Now, mental illness is a bit like diabetes. A diabetic, whether type 1 or type 2 diabetic, if they do not look after themselves, they don't manage themselves, they drink too much alcohol, they don't exercise, they don't manage their sugar levels and insulin levels, the diabetes is going to have a significant negative impact on the way they can live their lives. Whereas a diabetic who looks after themselves well, they manage themselves, they eat well, they don't drink too much alcohol, they exercise regularly, they look after themselves, the diabetes is going to have a very little impact on their day-to-day functioning. Mental illness, like diabetes, is about how well we are managing ourselves. And if I've got a mental illness, but I'm managing myself well, I'm looking after myself, I'm doing exercise, I've got my support mechanism in place, I might even be on medication, but I'm taking action, I'm seeking help, I'm doing something about it, I can be absolutely fine. And we have to change our mindsets about mental illness and believe that it is okay to have a mental illness but still be absolutely fine. Second key thing is that we have this false belief that people who take their lives, who commit suicide, always have a mental illness. This is incorrect. The research and the evidence tells us that 1 in 5 men who take their lives do not have any evidence of a diagnosed mental illness. So what this means is there's men out there who take their lives not because they have a mental illness, but because they are experiencing an acute level of distress. Something's happened in their lives, often in their personal lives and often in their relationships, that's causing them significant distress, and they're at a point where they just feel helpless, they feel overwhelmed, and they make a rash decision. What this means for us as people who are trying to support others around us and having those Are You OK conversations, it means we need to be having these Are You OK conversations not just with people who we think who are suffering from mental illness or experiencing depression and anxiety, but even with those individuals who on the outside seem to have everything. Their relationships are good, their performance is good, everything's great. But it's about when we see those individuals who just seem a bit off, or maybe we find out about something that we know is happening in their life, we need to check in and ask the question, are you okay? How are you going? What are you doing to look after yourself and manage yourself? We need to have those conversations. Ultimately, in terms of managing ourselves, our own mental illness, and supporting people around us, it's about early recognition, identifying the signs early and having the conversation. And the more we do that, and the more we start having conversations about mental illness, helping people around us and educating leaders and people around what is mental illness and how to better support people around us and changing the stigma around mental illness, if we continue to do that, we're going to continue to increase people's ability to look after themselves, support themselves, and to get into a better space.